Immediately upon having registered, I set up a schedule summary sheet. If you don't already do this, this is the single most important thing to do to organize if you're taking multiple classes. It includes the days and corresponding sessions on each day, along with the time, instructor name, class name, and room to add the Zoom links later. I use Excel to make this sheet, but any word processing or note-taking app can be used as well. I use names for the classes that are abbreviated or meaningful to me at a glance. This is the basic form. I will expand later to include the Zoom links. I set up an email folder to catch any incoming correspondence regarding the workshop, such as my receipt for the classes, any administration announcements, and finally, contact from the instructors of each of your workshops. My folder is just a general Zoom workshops email folder because I'll be copying the specific information and filing it in more precise designations later. No need to set up more than one Zoom email folder, and you can keep it for future Zoom events. If you haven't typically set up email subfolders previously, you can always just Google setting up email subfolders by the name of the application that you use for your emails. That could be Gmail, or I use Microsoft Outlook. There are lots of email applications out there, depending on which one you use to organize and receive your emails. At least a week prior, I prepare my computer by designating folders. I then set up a folder with subfolders on my hard disk, such as subfolder Zoom Workshops, subfolder the name of the workshop, and subfolder the name of the instructors or classes. I'll be capturing and organizing the handouts that will be coming the week prior to the start of the classes. Many times the handouts will be downloaded into your generic download folder on your computer, but I open or expand the files and immediately move or copy them to the specific folder I've set up. 2 to 3 days prior to the workshop start date, I've copied and pasted all the course Zoom links into my schedule summary sheet. It's really important that the Zoom links are functional when you paste them into the new document, that they appear in the blue underlined font that we're used to seeing when we have an active link in a document. I print out several copies of my schedule summary sheet, and minimally, I have it in my binder and on the desk or bulletin board of my Zoom room, and most important, one on my refrigerator, which is probably where I'll be during some of the breaks between classes. Also, my husband can see what my schedule is. For me, this is the most important step. I save a copy of that summary sheet with the Zoom links on the desktop of my Zoom computer, and I select another spare device to Zoom. This could be your laptop, your desktop PC, your tablet. I hope you don't have to Zoom on your phone, but you will have one handy location for all your classes' Zoom links. If you're flustered and running late or distracted, you shouldn't have to start maneuvering through files and folders to get to your correspondence with the Zoom links. I also designate another device as my alternate Zoom machine in case I have connection issues, which has happened several times in the past. I've completely dropped out of Zoom classes and quickly had to rejoin on another device. So I save a second copy of my single page of Zoom links to a second device. And I save that on that desktop of that device as well. Here's a tip regarding your schedule summary sheet I forgot to mention. Put a cue on your schedule summary sheet and your binder dividers that will cue you if a class has any special needs, like I need my 4-string dulcimer, a capo, an auto harp, or a bass dulcimer, etc. I put a note in red ink wherever I've listed that course. A week prior, I set up my 3-ring binder. I make a divider sheet for each class using sheet protectors instead of commercial index divider sheets, which are more expensive. You won't have a staggered index, but you'll have easy-to-read sheet dividers. I include the day, time, or session number, instructor name, and class name, bold enough to read without having to put on my glasses. By using the sheet protectors, the dividers are visible among the regular 8.5 by 11 printed sheets on which you've printed your class handouts. I create an easily recognizable cover sheet for the binder. I use binders with a transparent plastic overlay, which allows you to create an attractive cover sheet and slip it onto the face of the binder. I try to incorporate the sponsoring organization's logo and festival artwork posted on their website. I do a print screen command and paste it into a document handling app on your computer, or print and cut and paste by hand. I also use that schedule summary list I created earlier, so a quick glance at the front of the binder can inform me without having to actually flip through the binder. In finishing your binder, you should have a nice cover sheet, all relevant handouts by course, a printout of any relevant correspondence by course, or just general admin notices for the front of the binder. After the workshops are over, I disassemble my binder. I pull the binder cover sheet. I remove all the sheet protectors, but I keep the divider sheet that was in each protector. Even though you already 3-hole punched most of the sheets, you can still bind them in a plastic comb binding machine if that's what you would like to do, completely optional. Another choice would be to keep them in your original binder if you have a collection of hardcover binders, or you can buy cheaper 3-ring flexible plastic binders or paper theme folders, or just staple the sheets together. You still have the original handout saved on your computer in case you want a clean, unadulterated copy in the future. I would be sure you have the list of classes and instructors, the date of the workshop, and any other quick identifiers which will help you reference what you're looking for in the future. Plastic comb binding machines are a lot cheaper than they used to be. Nowadays you can get one for $35 on up, and then you have to obviously buy the plastic combs. These binding machines come in real handy. You can use them for journaling, assemble your own cookbooks, collect tablature by theme. I use them to bind medical records about specific procedures or specific time period. Lots of uses.